So I get a lot of questions about my tank setup and the solution that I use to clean carburetors with, especially when they are in pretty bad shape. Okay, so this is a classic molasses-filled dirty carburetor. Okay, you need something good to clean that out with. Sure, you can use acetone. You can use some of those over-the-counter ingredients to do that with, but we're going to be using my ultrasonic tank for this, and I'm going to show you what cleaner I'm using in case you want to get an ultrasonic tank. This is an OmegaSonic 7950 TT. This is a 30-liter tank, 29.5 30-liter tank. Expensive. All right, it's expensive. I do this for a living. I can fit probably 3, maybe 4 inline 4 carburetors in this, 2 cleanly with some baskets in there as well. This one comes with obviously a pull-out basket tray here. We have some fresh solution. I think I've used this maybe once. Some of the specs on this, analog controls, we have Celsius, goes all the way up to 80 degrees Celsius. We hang out in the 65 degree range when it comes to carburetors. That's, I set it and forget it there. 660 watts peak ultrasonic power. Single phase 120 volt and 15 amp draw on this. Okay, now obviously the quality of the mechanism that allows the ultrasonic tank to work, this thing is sending high frequency sound waves through the water which help to scrub and eliminate debris with cleaners. They make different quality of ultrasonic tanks. The ones you're getting for $150 to $300 versus something like this, which is more like a $2,500 tank. How long it lasts, how often you're using it, those kind of things are what come into play. But the solution, the cleaning solution that I see people talk about, that I just think there's a better way, right? So no, we're not using Pine Sol. No, we're not using Simple Green. No, we're not using bath toilet scrubber solution. We're not using Dawn dish soap. We're not using Royal Purple. We're not using parts cleaner. We're not using Berryman's Chem Dip. This is from OmegaSonic. This is their Soap 10, okay? They have a new one out that is the Ease Clean, which is, I think it's the same. I really do. This is a $60 gallon of cleaner. You run this on a 10-to-1 solution, 10 part water, 1 part OmegaSonic cleaner. In this tank, I usually fill about 1.5 inches, and I fill the rest of it with water. This is their Soap 10, and I'm going to show you the results that we get with the Soap 10. Okay, clean tank. You guys have seen the carburetor. I can't even really take these parts apart yet. I don't want to until I get a nice soaking in with these. I'm going to do it about a 15-minute soak, and we're going to check in on it just so I can show you guys the results. There are better cleaners out there. Sure, everything that I just mentioned probably works for you. It's probably worked for you in the past. Maybe your carburetor wasn't that bad, and the bath toilet cleaning, scrubbing, bubble stuff did its job, and your carb's clean, and you're riding your bike today. I just want to show you guys this. I've used this stuff for almost 14, 15 years, and I've never been let down by it. I've never been let down by it. What I can get out right now is our mixture screw, which I'll just get that out now. It all came off as one piece. The spring is stuck. Shoot, we'll just throw it in the basket like that. Maybe it'll come unstuck. Drain is out of the bowl. I'm gonna put this down like this. It can go like this as well, and I just don't want any air trapped at the top of the bowl. So we'll try to put it in upside down. There's nothing else really in here that I want to take out. Now when it comes to the small brass parts, sure, I've seen people use the Berryman Chem Dip stuff. For a tankless cleaner, Berryman's pretty good. This is the carburetor off of a Yamaha TTR 125. That has been sitting for far too long. I probably get, depending on how nasty the carburetors are, I usually get like probably 10 to 15 carb cleans out of this solution. It lasts quite a while. This is our drain bolt for this carburetor. It tips all nice and nasty. Bowls going in the basket. Carburetor. No mirrors, no smoke. Down it goes. Let that bowl sink. Uh, 65 degrees Celsius, which is like, what, like 130 or something? 149. I'm gonna set this. Our green light is on, we're ready to roll. It's making that noise like it's ready to go. We're on the on position now. I'm gonna spin this around. There's no, I should like put like a little black mark on here. We're gonna send this to 15 minutes right down here. Let it eat. It just turned off. Let's just see what we look like right now. I like to grab the carb before I pull it out. A couple of twists. So we're not quite there yet. Float valve is still very much stuck, which we have a new one coming for that. Let's see if we can't take this thing further apart. The body of it's looking pretty good. I have to clean this off with some hot water, get all the soap off of it. Let's grab our bowl. Ouch! Hot. Much better. I would actually start using some contact cleaner. We got to be careful when it comes to the cleaners with the carburetors, because the pH levels can throw off the metal chemically and kind of can start to blacken things up a little bit, and that's what we got to be careful of. That's why we do it. I typically do it in like 15-minute increments, just so I can keep an eye on what the metal of the carburetor is doing. If you just let it soak in there for an hour, and you'll pull out a carburetor that's jet black. It's not necessarily bad anymore. It's just not the color that it should be. So this is just some contact cleaner. This is CRC. This stuff will jack your hand up. But just simply cleaning it out like this, it can totally transform this carburetor. We can send this right back in there if we want though, which is what I'll do. I'll pull this guy out. I'm gonna pull some jets out of it. Normally I would send it in there bare, you know, but I couldn't even see the jets. All right, so let's just finish taking this apart. Float valve is still very much stuck. We are going to replace that completely. I'm not even worried about how clean that gets. I ain't messing with that. JS screwdriver, let's grab whatever's left in here. We have a little baffle plate, and this whole float seat actually comes out. Yeah, there we go. I don't care how clean this tank will get that. We're not using it. Okay, let's grab our idle jet. The warmth of the tank can help loosen this stuff up as well. It's nowhere near clean, okay? I'm not saying that it is. I'm replacing this idle jet as well, but we're gonna throw it right back into the tank. For science, let's grab our big main jet. The whole emulsion tube's gonna come out with it. I don't want that actually. I wanna take them apart. Woohoo! Main jet looking grim, very nasty. Into our basket, but it's not looking too good. 15 minutes, I think we can do more than that. Probably the most I'll do after that. We'll see how it turns out. This is a pretty bad carb, guys. Pretty bad. We don't need to send that back in there. We can clean that by hand. Carburetor's in. Another 15 minutes. All right, 15 more minutes. Pretty drastic color change. Just kind of see the metal is starting to react a little bit to this cleaner. It's not a big deal, but this is the maximum amount that I would soak these in there. But you can see now that the body of this is much better. Okay, I'm going to soak this in hot soapy water and then blow this back out with some compressed air, and then go through everything with some carb cleaner, obviously, to get through all the tunnels and squirt out anything that we can that way we can't see. But that's a 30-minute soak, 15 minutes apart. Check this out. Bowl. Pretty awesome. We can clean up all this stuff. This stuff's all nice and soft now. Float seat. Still stuck. Gotten cleaner, but that is no good. Trash. Emulsion tubes looks better. We can polish that up some more for sure, but we can see what we're working with. Idle jet, we are replacing these. Regardless, we're going with a little bit bigger one, but still, gonna have to do a little bit more cleaning on it, but it did pretty good. Drain, looks good. Main jet, needs some polishing, but these things were pretty, you saw it, they were pretty ate up. It's our mixture screw, but overall pretty good. There's that lock plate for the float seat and the baffle. Small parts, it did pretty good. I mean, these things were pretty haggard, but I'm gonna buff these up with some steel wool inside and out. But that carb body, man, it's unmistakable. That's what we like to see. What also helps with this, you can kind of see there's a little bit of some color change on this, right? The only way to really solve that is with like a vapor hone or something like that. You can kind of bring the metal back in, but I like to wash these really good, get all the soap off of them, and then hit them with a little bit of silicone spray as well, just to give the metal ability to kind of not powder up. In some cases, they can powder up if the mix is too strong, but a little bit of discoloration. But this is a $500 carburetor that will be able to save this guy a bunch of money by just putting some fresh parts in there. But overall, that's pretty good. This is Soap 10. Again, the Ease Clean does an exceptional job as well. That's what I use to clean the carburetors, and I'm very happy with it. See y'all later.